Filipino Indigenous religious practices featuring 5 tribes from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Recognizing and learning to understand indigenous religious practices is a unique and great way to discover their history, culture, and traditions, which it is important to us to know in showing respect how they preserve their cultures and how tribes protect their culture in the present. Luzon. Ifugao Tribe are world famous for their spectacular rice terraces. Ifugao people is unique, and it's part of their religious practices or beliefs is focused in dances, costumes, mass ritual traditions, and sacred artifacts. These practices are part of their cultural identity and help them a sense of connections with their tribe. Bontok Tribe is strong, and they believe in unique pantheon of deities, and part of their religious practices is they observe rituals when they tattoo or mummify. Some features are prayers, animal sacrifice, and part of their rituals include chanting, playing of gongs, dancing, drinking wine, and sharing food. Kankanaey Tribe is believed in many supernatural beliefs and omens, and it's part of their religious practices that they have various rituals such as the rituals for courtship, marriage, death, and burial. Ibaloi Tribe are known for traditional spirit worshippers from ancient times, and it's part of their religious practices is they believe to be inhabited by ancestral spirits. They respect and make rituals and offerings. Kalinga Tribe have rich in cultural tradition and expressions of music, dance, and artworks. As part of their religious practices is batok or tattoos signify prestige, honor, beauty, and fortitude, and they believe or recognize a creator god, Kabunian. Visayas. Aeta Tribe, sometimes called the darker skin. They are the tribe who mostly hunt and trade to keep their tribe alive. It is part of the religious practices is monotheism. They worship a supreme being. At the same time, they also believe in environmental spirit. Cebuano Tribe are famous for their guitars, baskets, hats, and mats of all types, and it's part of the religious practices that they mostly respectful to their elders, and sometimes they believe in an ancient world full of malevolent creatures. Boholano Tribe are fun-loving and generous and deeply religious, and it's part of their religious practices as they celebrate and put festival aside from yearly honoring saint. Waray Tribe is brave and known to have the ability to face danger, pain, difficulties without fear. They are the first Filipinos who sighted by Europeans under the leadership of Ferdinand Magellan. They were the first Filipino converted to Christianity. Karay-a Tribe is eager and striving to preserve their traditions. They have created their own music, and it's part of their religious practices is to continue being respectful to elders, and they're well known of making courtship songs, wedding hymns, funeral recitals, and many more.
Mindanao.
Bagobo Tribe are settled people. They believe in a supreme being who inhabits the sky world,
and it's part of their religious practices is to respect the spirit. Manobo Tribe are both strong in mind and spirit, and it's part of their cultural identities firmly rooted in the land and its nature. As part of their religious practices, they revolve around the concept of many spirits. They believe that these spirits can intrude human activities to accomplish their desires.
Tiruray Tribe are distinctive in terms of ethnic art and craft because they were using natural materials in pieces to represent their culture, and as part of the religious practices is through singing.
Mamanwa Tribe are nomadic in nature, relying on hunting and gathering to survive and grow. It is part of their religious practices that they have a great respect for elders, and they believe in a collection of spirits which govern by the supreme deity.
Tboli Tribe is famous for their complicated bedworks, wonderful woven fabrics, and beautiful bracelet ornaments, and it's part of their religious practices is they believe a force lives in all objects, animate and inanimate. Tboli Tribe make offerings to the spirit of rivers and forests.
Reflection.
In the Philippines, indigenous people communities can be found in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Recognizing Filipino indigenous practices is a unique part of our history, and it's very important to us to respect how the different tribes protect their culture in the present, and how they preserve their culture and traditions of their ethnic or tribe. Despite of many differences in traditions, culture, beliefs, and religious practices we are all Filipinos, and each one of us should respect our differences. We are all Filipinos, and we want to live in this world being valued and respected. The most important things that we need is to respect each other. Peace and unity is what we need, and we can reflect how amazing and significant to indigenous people protect their tribes and communities to preserve their traditions, culture, and religious practices they have, which give us a lesson that we need to respect and love each other despite of all differences we have, because all in all, we are all Filipino, and we should respect and love each other, and recognizing Filipino indigenous practices and how the different tribes valued their traditions and culture to preserve their Filipino religious practices. Indigenous people is help protect our environment, fight climate change, and build resilience to natural disasters. And there are many contributions that indigenous people give to our country, and it's very important to us to respect and value them. And indigenous people are part of our unique history in the Philippines, and indigenous people in our country continue to preserve their culture, traditions, and religious practices.